We Spartans are descended from Hercules himself. Taught never to retreat, never to surrender. Taught that death in the battlefield is the greatest glory he could achieve in his life. Spartans, the finest soldiers the world has ever known.
It's quiet now. They came from the blackness.
Be afraid! Sparta will burn to the ground! 1,000 nations of the Persian Empire descend upon you!
What must a king do to save his world?
Instead, ask yourself, what should a free man do?
Threaten my people with slavery and death.
This is madness!
Madness. This is Sparta!
We will stand and fight!
A new age has begun.
An age of freedom! And all who know that 300 Spartans give their last breath to defend it! Spartans! Tonight we dine in hell! Give them nothing, but take from them everything!
We're in for one wild night.
Wait, let's talk 300 for a minute.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Now, give me your executive opinion on the way that production went.
I saw the test for it. It's going to sound like I'm bashing what's his name?
Zach.
Oh my God. Zach's like the greatest guy in the world. Zach is so much fun. He's fun to be with. He's fun to work with and everything. My concern about 300 was I saw the tests and they were bloody. I mean, Zach is more into style than substance, and that's what I find with all of the, not just DC but the Marvel. I find that all of those alternate universes, they're more into style than substance. And I read an article yesterday or the day before about how dismally DC seems to be doing, and I just wish they would have a little more humanity. I never got a real sense of humanity in any of those projects. So Zach's the style was just amazing. What the tests that we saw on 300, but they were so bloody. I mean, there was blood, every stylized bloodletting, and it'd be slow down with the swords coming across, and cutting people's throats, and you'd see blood splashing like all over the place. And this is a test. And I think part of the test was for Zach to see for himself, what he could do and all this. And Alan was concerned because he wasn't into slasher movies. That's what it seemed like. It seemed like a historical epic, but basically a slasher movie at its heart.
Alan sat in on the test, huh?
Not when they made the test, but he had to show us the test. So it was Alan and Jeff Robinoff and
all the big guns.
Barry wasn't there, but Steve Papazian was all, pretty much everybody in theatrical management, in production management. So
not me. I said I trust this guy. You guys look at it.
and a lot of people, including me, didn't really believe in the project. But boy, when it came out and it dominated that weekend, it broke records, box office records for that month. Greg Silverman was the real champion of 300 and the real champion for Zach. And it made so much money the first week. It just did incredible stuff. They actually gave Zach and Deborah Snyder was his producer, also his wife, but it's not like Yoko Ono and Linda McCartney, where they were sort of appointed as their collaborators. She really was a bona fide producer, as is Emma Thomas. That's Chris Nolan's wife. I mean, real.
I love how you
producers.
have to kind of like clarify like that she's not like a Yoko Ono. So bouncing back to 300 though.
Yeah.
So you're in the test, and does Alan talk to Zach then about how does this come up about it being too bloody?
It's I'm pretty sure Alan said that
And-
was upfront about that it's just what they were doing. Yes,
And it's a method. It's the methodology, right? I mean, it was going to be a violent picture no matter what, but it was how the violence hit the screen.
It was
that
so
they were
stylized. The whole thing was so
Yeah.
stylized, and they shot it in Montreal on a stage, all of it
Mhm.
with a green screen and everything was added in. You can see the color doesn't reflect real life. It's a style. It's almost animated the way it
Right.
looks. It's just that's the style. And Zach comes from commercials. So, and he has a signature move. You'll see it in a lot of his movies. One of his big commercials was for a hair product. I don't really know all the women's hair products, but the commercial has a woman shaking her head like this, and in super slow motion, her hair just sort of like spirals around. It's beautiful. I mean, it's just beautiful the way it's done. And that same sort of shot appears in every single one of Zach's movies. That's sort of like just like Chris Columbus's signature thing, from Home Alone, the kid slapping his face and screaming,
Yeah.
because that's even in Harry Potter.
Yeah.
When they encountered the three-headed dog, it's so I don't blame anybody for putting a signature down there, but I notice it, and it's sort of the conceit of Zach, and it's okay with me. And the thing is, Zach is just so much fun to work with. I mean, he really is. He has so much energy, and he's so upbeat all the time. He's the most enthusiastic person I can think of, and it's just you get that vibe when you come into a room with him that like we're gonna do some great stuff here. We're gonna do exciting stuff. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna love it, and I'm sure that's what it was like on the sets.
Your road to redemption is paved with tombstones. No quarter, kill all masters. Go to noquarterkillallmasters.com. Rated R.